Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Crazy D's Equipment. So today we're going to talk about my little TE20. So guys, for those of you sitting there right now going, why does Crazy D have a British flag draped over that tractor? Guys, this is a TE20. TE stands for Tractor England. TO, which a lot of you may have, stands for Tractor Overseas. There are a few differences between the two, but the TE20 is a iconic piece of British motoring history, and I'm not talking motoring like your Rolls Royce and your Jaguars and stuff, but as agricultural horsepower. There's a point in time where 80% of all tractors in England was a little TE, was a little 20 Ferguson out there doing its thing in the farm fields of Great Britain. For those of us who grew up watching All Creatures Great and Small here in the United States on PBS and other programs like that, there's just something about a little gray Fergie that just makes you think England, just makes you think Great Britain. Kind of gives you a connection to a country where I've never been, but I've always wanted to visit. And I think the reason why I love the little gray Fergie so much. There's even a child's program that the other day I watched it for the first time with my nieces and nephews. My boys are all way too old for that now, but little gray Fergie. And if you haven't seen it and you have little kids, I highly recommend it. You can find it on YouTube. It is really cute. The thing about the Ferguson that made it so iconic, that made it so important to agricultural history, is over there is where a lot of us know the Ferguson system from the 9N, from the deal that Henry Ford and Henry Ferguson had made to share the system. Over there, it was released to the people. It was built in a factory in Covington, England. That Ferguson system changed everything. The thing about the Ferguson system is when you're pulling a plow with the old-fashioned style tractor, the tractor is not the piece of implement, it's the horse. And that implement, the plow or whatever it is, if you're pulling that behind you, you hit a rock or a really hard patch of ground, it pulls down on the drawbar, which pulls up on the front end, which is very dangerous on a lot of tractors. The thing about the Ferguson system is the way the three-point system works, when you hit a bar or hit a rock or hard ground or whatever, that doesn't pull down on the back of the tractor. It distributes that force across the tractor, so the front end doesn't want to come up. There's a really, really cool black and white video on YouTube you can watch from Ferguson about how the three-point system works, and I highly recommend for you guys to search it out and find it and watch it. I'll try to put a link down in the description to it, but I don't know if I'll be able to find it. But guys, anyways, that's my little bit about the TE, but let's get the dock around and let's do a little tinkering on this old girl and see if I can't make that little Continental engine purr once again. Okay guys, so we're going to talk a little bit about what's wrong with this little Fergie. So, like I said, I picked it up. It's been sitting in a field in the middle of Oklahoma. The dock's already done its inspection. The clutch is stuck. We're probably going to have to split it to figure that one out. We've never tried to start it yet, and we're going to try to do that here in just a minute and see if we can't get it to turn over. I know the motor's free, but I haven't turned it over. There is a 3-point arm on the back here that is broke. that I happened to can steal one off of an 8 Ford parts tractor that I had that we can replace. But I really would love to hear that little Continental purr, or at least turn over if we can, Doc. So what do you need to do to be able to do that for us today?
Well, I need to check and see how the points are looking, and other than that, there's a little bit of wiring I like to do maybe a little bit later, but I can kind of go around right now to see if we can at least get it to start.
Let's see if we can get it to start. That'd be a great end to this video, or for this episode, is the little Fergie running. There's going to be a lot more of these because I'm going to bring this thing back, and I'm really strongly thinking about maybe keeping her. So I have my own little gray Fergie, but it depends on how much it takes to get her going again and how deep I get into it if I'm going to be able to keep her. So, all right, Doc, you do your magic, and I'm going to get the blink out of your way.
Ready?
Well, Doc, you got all your little knickknacks, all your stuff. We got spark, we got fuel.
Yeah.
You ready to give it a shot?
I think so, yeah.
See if we can make the little Fergie run. I got some starter fluid if we need it, so. Choke it out.
And right. Throttle. Ready?
Ready.
Open up, don't worry.
No more easy. Okay, so you got the starter off, Doc. How bad is it?
Nothing I can fix right now. It's going to be a little bit. There's in here's just a little spring that helps take some of the shock of being started. I think we finished it off.
Okay. So is it? Do I need to order you parts, or does it? You can, or do I need to get a starter, or how bad is it?
It's just replacing that little spring. It's just getting some parts.
Okay.
Other than that, it's not. I mean, it obviously it works because we had started to turn it over and it cranked really good. So it's just that little spring in there.
And it started to fire, and I think that's when it fired to kick it out is when it broke the spring, isn't it?
Yeah, we finished it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm super disappointed. I was really hoping we'd have this run in the day. That really freaking sucks. That's bollocks, I'll tell you what. Anyways, well guys, thanks for coming in. Thanks for watching another episode of Crazy D's video. There will be a lot more of the little gray Fergie. We're going to get this thing running up good, and I'm thinking about maybe even having her painted back to the dark gray, kind of like a battleship gray or whatever. But otherwise, guys, I'll see you next week.